Joy Tribe, we're live. I decided not to do the countdown today because we got started a little bit late. So, good evening, Joy Tribe. My name is Joy Villa. I'm a singer, songwriter, actress, motivational speaker, and I have my Joy Villa show, also known as The Joyful Life. And it's my podcast, and we release that every Friday right here on this channel and also on Spotify. And this is our Joy Tribe Live Wednesdays. If you're new to this channel, you are a part of the Joy Tribe if you believe in the rights for everyone to speak up and be a part of who they are and to be able to exist freely and not judge each other based on what we think or the way we act, but to accept each other's difference of opinions and to unify and to be artistic and beautiful and creative. So we're all about living a life of abundance here on the Joy Tribe, in the Joy Tribe. And I am your truly queen of the Joy Tribe, Joy Villa. What's up, you guys? Can you guys see me? Can you hear me okay? So what exactly, kiss McCarthy goodbye, McCarthyism, exactly. Hi, Brandon. Welcome to the show. So this is a different setup. I'm squirming around a little bit because I want to get the setup really set up great. We have the new camera. And I think it's doing really well. I think that you guys should be able to see it's actually supposed to be streaming in HD. And we've got, it's nice. I'm just chilling today. I'm at home, just relaxing. The sun is coming in through the windows. We have a little mic. I have a little mic. I could actually just do this. It might be easier. What do you guys think? How's the sound quality? Because the only thing I can't hear is the sound quality. I am definitely tired today because we're going through a lot of changes out here in the Joyvilla universe, but I wanted to chat. Okay, agree to disagree. Now let's have a beer. Exactly. So what's up, Joy Tribe? First of all, where are you watching from? We're live streaming on Facebook and YouTube as we do every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. I'm in Florida. Live streaming on Facebook as well as YouTube. Where are you watching me from, Joy Tribe? What's up, JCL? First of all, I always shout out my Joy Tribe Inner Circle members. If you are an Inner Circle member or you donate some stars on Facebook, then I will see you. And your name is highlighted for me in the chat, and you get your questions answered quicker than anyone else. And you always get a shout out. So this is how we do it. You guys have preferential treatments. How's it sound, guys? Matt Mittens out on the network, and well, it's not as fast as I think. I'm on dial-up. Okay, Matt, well, welcome to the chat. So good to see you. So good to see all my Joy Villa peoples here. Hi, Chase. Yeah, if you're enjoying this live, you can support my page by sending stars, a digital gift that helps me earn money. And as well as on YouTube, you can, for $5 a month. That's all it takes. You become a member, and yeah, I really appreciate that. Shout out to my members. Hi, Chris McGinnis. Hi, Lord Bibby. You have a nice backdrop. You like the backdrop? Thanks, John. Thanks, JCL. Savannah. Oh, Kevin McCarthy. I thought we were talking about McCarthyism because I said free speech. Kevin McCarthy got ousted as Speaker of the House. I had no idea. Ronnie from Beaver. What's up, John Henry Soto? No kidding. Texas. I haven't heard anything negative about the sound, so you guys must be able to hear me fine. Okay. Hey there, Worldwide Ghost. Welcome. Ranger, West Virginia. Love it. Okay, okay, that's right. JCL has an announcement. So I have my coffee, my black coffee here. A little announcement tomorrow. I'm taking a trip to the Outer Banks in North Carolina. I'll be back home on Monday. Okay, baby boo. Well, good luck to you. Have a good trip. It's summertime. Well, it's actually fall time. It's not summer anymore. It's fall. It's always summer out here in Florida, though. Enjoying the Indian summer vibes. Yeah, it is a bit of an Indian summer. We got West Virginia. We've got Texas. We got South Carolina. We've got Bakersfield. Okay. Baby boo. You like that? Okay, baby boo. All right. Hello, Rod. Okay, so I wanted to say, let's jump into the topic. Now, the topic is always, as always, you guys can ask me anything you want to know. And it's always an ask me anything for my Joy Tribe. If you are a member of the channel, it's only $5 a month. Your comments and your questions get priority. Also, if you tip, you get priority if you support the channel with a donation, which we really appreciate. We had some crazy, amazing donations the week before last, which was awesome. If you guys need a prayer or a special request or a shout out, let me know. Again, the chat gets wild. So if you have donations, it helps put you in the forefront. So I appreciate you guys. I want to talk about leveling up, finding your worth in relationships and more. That's going to be today's topic. And anything you guys want to bring to the table, let me know if you find some good topics, some good ideas, like some news or anything. And don't forget to subscribe. We are at the Joy Tribe Live Wednesdays. Yes, I'm excited to be here with you guys. So leveling up is super important because it's one of the things where, you have to be able to, hi, Ronnie. I love it. I love all you guys here in the chat. Chat's going off. So I want you guys to be successful, okay? I want you guys to be focused on what you want to do. Right now, God has been moving me to a whole new area in my life where I am sort of having a renaissance and a revitalization. So I want to level up in every single way. I want to be finding my worth in relationships, in my business. I've got a lot of auditions that came in. This week, I've been auditioning for, some TV shows. I got a feature film audition. I've gotten an interview at Home Shopping Network audition. It's been amazing. And I want to shout out all of you guys for your views on my Joyful Life episode. Releasing this podcast has really been incredible for me. It's very cathartic and it's very enriching. And I love that I get to do that and communicate with you guys, So if you don't know, my podcast releases every Friday and it's called The Joyful Life. That's why I put the name down there. There it goes. Boom, 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 boom. And how's my muscles doing? Okay. So I built up a lot of muscle this past year, really, especially 6 months, working out a lot. And now I'm going to lean out a little bit. So I'm doing a lot of fasting, a lot of black coffee, intermittent fasting, vegan diet, usually one meal a day, high protein vegan diet. I'm always switching things up. And one of the things that was really a big deal, and I wonder if I should live stream this also on Instagram. You guys can't see it on Instagram, but it would be nice. Pensacola, Florida, let's do it. Because Instagram, I can't stream from this platform on Instagram. But what the heck? Let's do it. Why not? Because I feel like we're missing some people from the top. I'll let them know that they have to join the next time. Let's see. Live. We're going live. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, it's at joyvilla. What are we talking about? Leveling up, finding your worth, finding your worth. I feel like it's time to level up. Don't you guys feel that? Do you feel a need to level up? Who doesn't know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about leveling up? Because leveling up is in everything we do. We need to upgrade. Okay, here we go. We're also going live on Instagram. But you just did a 58-hour week, 58-hour fast. What's up, Joy Tribe on Instagram, on the grams? You guys, we are on, here we go. Oh, the Joyful Life podcast. Okay, good. So we're here. I'm telling all my followers on Instagram. So we're live. We do live every week on YouTube. So I should just put it here so I can also read your comments. So just so you guys know, on Instagram, I'm streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. So that's mainly what we're going live on. So I'll be looking at both cameras, but every Wednesday we do a live. So hi Taro, Angela, hi everybody, Wisconsin. So I want to bring an Instagram to the group. We got Facebook. So, okay, so now we're going to talk about leveling up, and we're gonna have an open discussion. I'm gonna be reading from the chat here on Instagram, reading from the chat on YouTube and on Facebook. So, and if you guys are not following me here, maybe it's annoying to look at the camera there. I'm going to be mostly focusing here because this is my YouTube audience and my Instagram or my Facebook audience, which is youtube.com/Miss Joyvilla, and Facebook is Joyvilla, Joyvilla Music. Just look me up. Okay, so Matt Mitten says, wonderful, did a 48-hour fast last week and 7.5 pounds vanished. Okay, so we're talking about leveling up. Body, mind, spirit, soul, everything. What do you want to level up? Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. What's your best tips for leveling up, for finding your focus, for finding your worth? Because when you find your worth, you actually level up. To be truthful. Hi, everybody. Hey. So this is the thing, when you know your worth, you know you're valuable, then you don't take anything less than what you're worth. It's just like Louis Vuitton. Have you ever shopped at Louis Vuitton? Louis Vuitton? Very lovely, beautiful bags. I have a few bags, classy, expensive bags. How much are those bags? Starting at usually $2,000, right? I don't think you can get probably a small bag for $1,000. Very expensive for most people. Your mortgage, right? But if you go into Louis Vuitton and you say, can you take less? Can you take $250? Can you take $250 for a bag? Or you try to negotiate, they will laugh you out of the store. Or they'll politely be like, no, we do not do that here. I mean, to be fair, not even Macy's does that. No place does that. Walmart doesn't even negotiate. But do you see, if you try to get Walmart prices for a Louis Vuitton bag, you're going to get laughed out of the store or politely declined. You're going to look like a fool. That's how you have to be in your life. Somebody tries to give you less than what you're worth, you need to politely decline them and then let them look like a fool. I don't mean that you should shame somebody, but you should never take less than what you're worth. And what does that mean? Well, are you getting paid less in your job than what you're worth? Are you getting paid where you're not accepted for who you are? You're getting disrespected. Are you in your work or in your place of worship even? I know people are small town pastors who are afraid to ask for more money or afraid to ask for a bigger office. Or afraid to be able to make their own announcements or have their wife sing in the choir because they're not leveled up. They don't know their worth, and even if you have a position of authority, many times people look at you and think you know your worth, but a lot of times the people in authority don't even know their worth. The girl at the clipboard knows her worth more than sometimes the executive manager at the top, because you're not the CEO. And you always have somebody over you, and you have that kind of imposter syndrome sometimes. Sometimes the more leadership you have and the more authority you have, the less you feel you have power. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Some people have that, it's called imposter syndrome, where you feel like you don't deserve it. That's a lie. If you are there, you deserve it. In fact, you deserve more. God did not create us to be lower level beings. God never created us to accept less. Even if you are average looking, driving an average car, got your average life, it doesn't matter. You can always know your worth. You're not sub-average. In fact, to get to the level of being average is quite a high level. Most people are below average in intelligence, below average in hospitality and in help and love. If you help your neighbors and you are ethical, you have nothing to hide, you know who you are. Nobody's perfect, but you do need to be confident in how you approach certain situations, and you need to promote yourself like you are already where you want to be. This isn't being cocky, this is being confident. Confidence, from the Latin, with God. So I like to talk about this stuff because I'm going through it myself, Joy Tribe. I'm going to put some comments over here. Hey, Joy, wonderful. Okay, Patriots, love it. John says JCL says, on a previous live, you said growing up, you've had crushes on white guys. That's funny because I got a thing for women of color, especially conservatives. That's cute. Absolutely. Yeah, I've had crushes on every color. I've dated every color. I was married to a white guy. I've dated long-term relationships with white, black, brown. It doesn't matter to me. Looks don't matter to me. What I'm attracted to is personality and ambition. And are you a provider, husband, spirit? Like, are you a provider and protector? Are you that husband type man? Are you that good man? That's what attracts me. Are you motivated? Are you moral? Are you a man of God? Are you helping others? Are you loving others? So yeah, I can come off as a bit intense in dating sometimes, I think, because I have very high standards, but I know who I am and I know what I want. Somebody says, Honey Bunny Cutie. Hi, Honey Bunny. Can we talk about the natural beauty? Well, that's a part of it too. Ladies, do not neglect your beauty as part of your leveling up. If you need to lose those pounds, lose them. You need to get in the gym, get in the gym. Men and women need to get in the gym. Hi, everybody on YouTube, on Instagram. Hold on, let me put this on. If you are not working out in the gym, if you are not leveling up your body, hi, Tiffy T. If you are not doing the things you need to do to have your confidence and you don't find your worth, that's on you, baby boo. This is your sign that you need to get to that next level. New Year's is what, 3 months away? Don't wait for that. You can start now. What's up, Azzy? What's up, everybody? Got to give some love. Hi, Terrence, from me. This is for you. This is your sign. Yes, what I needed, says Mrs. E23. This is what, you guys, somebody needed this out here. My wife said, if I don't buy her the Louis Vuitton, I'm history. I'm now happily still married and working double overtime. Dang, that's a provider, man. You're working double overtime. Okay. You got to do what you got to do. Happy wife, happy life. Amen, 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 says Mary Catherine Payne Estep. Nothing wrong with it, sister. Amen. Okay. Clayton says, would you date another musician? Is that superfood coffee? Hi, Scott. It is not. It's just black coffee, but it is a superfood for me. Caffeine and coffee is definitely a superfood for me. Should be some superfood coffee. We're talking about finding your worth, leveling up. We're on my YouTube show, but we're adding it onto the Instagram because a lot of people don't know about the show on Instagram. So we go live every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm good, Mrs. 23. So can't find a better man, Eddie Vedder. Okay, Papa Warren. So would you date another musician? Yeah, totally. I date another musician. I love people that are always looking to find their worth and they value themselves. Like I look at somebody's values. I look at somebody's, how they treat others, their actions. I look at their inherent worth and how they see themselves is kind of one and the same. Well, women have a lot more worth because we can give children. Men have to work more for their worth. Women are born with worth. Women and children were born with worth. That's why the men protect us. It's true. That's why a man's job is to protect and provide. A woman's job is to provide peace and comfort to her man, right? So in the relationship, like you can do other jobs too, but we're just talking about in dynamics of relationships. So a woman has inherent worth because we can give life, we can birth life. And when we're pregnant, we're like back in nature, you think before times were modern, man had to protect the woman, right? When she was pregnant, she was vulnerable. So, but men have to, they have to go to war. They got to do a lot of things to prove themselves. They got to have a car and a house. So do it. Have the muscles. You're short and ladies are looking past you. Get tattoos, get buff, get a good job, get a nice car. Do what you got to do. Find your worth. And then don't date dusty women who looked you down before. Still now level up. Date the supermodel you want to date. Because I tell you, I dated guys shorter than me. They got swag. I've dated guys taller, shorter. It doesn't matter. When somebody has that swag, that confidence, that personality, and they know what they're worth, that is so attractive in men and women. When you know what you're worth, Joy Tribe, it is so attractive. Women make men, says Real Lord of War. Hi, Charlie. So we owe you peace and comfortability. I love that. I do believe that it's the women's job to be the peace for the man. Men want 3 things: sex, silence, and sandwiches. They're very simple. And I don't mean simple by dumb. I just mean it's keep a man happy. Be his peace. Make him food or keep him fed well. Make sure he eats if you're not doing the cooking in the house, but you should know how to cook. And be affectionate. That's pretty self-explanatory. Now, the different degrees that you do those things also depend on how much this man is investing in you. Is he your husband? Is he your boyfriend? Is he someone you're just seeing? You're not going to go all out for someone. Your level of but your level of do what you do for a man should be proponent to what he shows you first. I believe in a traditional man should show a woman that he cares. He should have a very strong level of what he does to kind of prove himself, because men are used to proving themselves. Men have to do that. You guys, thank God you guys do that. You're our warriors. I want a police officer is going to help me. I want a man. I'm sorry. I want certain men for the job, men for certain jobs, protecting and providing. I want a man. I like a husband that does a husband thing. I like a man that does manly things. And women, if I want to, someone to teach my children, I do prefer women. I just think our genders are different for a reason. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that you can have good nannies that are men and you can have good police officers that are women, but I prefer the opposite. There's just certain jobs that are better, right? Anything dangerous, I want a man to do that. Anything warm and caring, I want a woman to do that. Women make better counselors, carers, caregivers. That's our jobs on this planet. Men make better protectors, going out there, front line. That's their job. Nothing wrong with it. Hi. So what are we saying on Instagram over here? Exactly. Behind every man is a strong woman, anonymous. That's right, Papa. I do believe that women should be strong, but men should be stronger. And a strong woman does not mean an argumentative woman. Okay, ladies? Be feminine with your man. Let a man be masculine. It's not attractive to be a masculine woman. You're going to just make a man feel like they're useless. Can you repeat those 3 things again and the importance of it? This needs to be cemented in all women. Oh, waterproof 79. Okay, I will. Let me give some love over here to my Facebook. To Facebook and to YouTube. Sorry, I just got off the phone with my sister Hannah. Okay. Hey, you guys. Nice to see you. Oh, yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. Thank God for beautiful Black women every day I'm alive. Okay, Robert, we love you too. Women have inherited value. Men have earned value. You nailed it, Matt Mittens. Matt Mittens. Why do you call yourself a conservative if you were in an interracial relationship? Cosmo, that has nothing to do with anything. I've been in many interracial relationships. Also, I am interracial myself. So every relationship I'm in will be interracial. Period. Unless I find a Black, Argentinian, Italian man that has the exact same racial mix-up that I have. Mix-up, mash-up. I don't mean it's negative at all. I love it. It will be interracial. I mean, my mom is Black. My dad is Italian and Argentinian. I'm a product of interrace mixing, and I love it. Has nothing to do with politics. I don't know where you got that from. Some have been drinking too much Kool-Aid, okay? You do not know that you are funny, Andy Pandy. Do I not? Am I funny? Okay. Yeah, so Matt Min says, waterproof 79, you mean sex, silence, and sandwiches? Those 3 things? I think that is what he said. So we're going to talk about it. Yes. What did you say? I'm not doing that anymore. Count me out. She already told me she doesn't need a man. Farhid, I'm sorry. You found a very feminist woman that told you that. But, don't give up. There's plenty of women out there who do want a man and need a man. Hi, Creole. Hi. Okay, so sex, silence, and sandwiches. These are the 3 things that women need to know that men need, okay? Very important. First of all, sex. We're talking in different degrees. Imagine each of these things like a volume. Obviously, if you meet someone, the volume of sex you're going to give somebody is not going to be the same as if you're married to them, right? I don't think you should jump into bed with everyone you meet. Absolutely not. The opposite for men and women. I don't believe in promiscuity. It hinders and harms more than it helps at all. But let's just take sex. Let's say you meet someone, you like them. What is wrong with holding their hand? You're on a date with them. What is wrong with a kiss? I'm not saying it has to be a kiss if you don't feel comfortable with that, but so many women will have been gone from being a virgin and yet withhold physical intimacy from a man they like. And they use it as this bargaining chip, and that is not okay. Do not use that. If you actually like someone, be physically expressive with them to where it feels safe, obviously. Like it could just be a tap on the shoulder, it could be a squeeze, it could be hand holding. If you don't feel comfortable, then don't. But what I don't like is that women get frustrated that a man won't, let's say, listen to them or buy them gifts or compliment them. And then there they are just like sitting there like a brick, like impress me. I don't have to do anything. That's not what it, that's like, I don't care how pretty you are. A guy who is like sitting with a brick is going to get tired of you after a while. So you want to move mountains with a man? Sex in all its forms. Express yourself physically with your man. Make him feel loved. Make him feel cared for. It's so easy. Are you kidding me? I love, tenderness and kisses and touch. Like, cuddle them. It's a beautiful thing. We like that too as ladies. Hello. But it's very, very important for a man. Men are different than most women. Most women, it's not that big of a priority. But a man, it's on his mind a lot. And they're very stressed out there in this very working environment. So you give them that, it helps relieve things, especially when you're in a committed, I'm talking people in committed relationships as well. Marriage, I don't know why sex goes out the window. That's the worst thing you can do. It's the worst thing you can do, in my opinion. You open up your marriage to all kinds of negativity and bad things. Do not do it, ladies. Do not open the door for Satan to step in. Have sex with your man, okay? Even if you're too tired, just do it. It's part of your marital obligation. And now men are obligated to do a lot of things for women as well. But we're just talking about for women, ladies. I just want to save you a lot of stress because it's only 3 things that men need. It's very easy. That's sex. Next is silence. Silence means being their peace. Means not nagging them. Means not, as soon as they get home, they haven't even taken their shoes off, you're telling them about what Susie did to you at the office, and the dog pooped all over the carpet, and the kids are screaming, and how come this bill's not paid? And what? Leave that man alone. He just came back from war, okay? Leave him alone. Let him play Wii or settle down, or let him eat the food that you made if you're cooking. If you're not, that's okay. I don't think every woman has to cook because different situations are different situations. And if it's a 2 working household, I don't think the woman has to do all the chores just because she's a woman. Obviously, if both people are working and paying the bills or bringing in things, it's going to be different. But it still stands that you want to give your man silence. Silence goes a long way. When I was a young girl with my dad, if I had to cajole him to give me something, like permission to go to the dance or some money to go buy some makeup or something, I'd be like, Daddy, I'd wait till he's in a good mood. I would wait till he's sitting on the couch, drinking usually a glass of wine or having a beer. And he would be listening to jazz music and he'd be in his mode. He'd be in his calm mode. Come on, girls, you do this with dad. And ladies, you do this with your husbands and boyfriends too, I'm sure. And you wait till they're calm and you give them that silence. And then you bring up whatever you need to do. It's just respect, to be honest. I'm the same way. Like, don't come at me with a bunch of drama when I wake up first thing in the morning, please. I hate that. Silence. Ladies, just shut up. Just be quiet. Just keep it, zip it. Go tell your girlfriends. I call my cousin if I need to have a big old chat, my girl cousin. I call my girlfriends. Girls are for chatting, okay? Go chat with the girls or your gay besties if you want, if you'd rather. Don't be filling your man's head up with a bunch. Like, he's working. You want him to pay the bills? Leave him alone. Not forever, but like, let him have his silence. It goes to be where I'm so busy and I have such a rich, luscious, beautiful life that I don't have time to be worrying about what my man's thinking and doing and all these things and like get up in his business. Please, men hate that. So that's silence. Very important. Be their peace. Be their peace. And trust me, he will open up to you more. He'll talk to you more if you grant him that silence. Sex, silence, sandwiches. Now, if your husband's the primary breadwinner or your boyfriend and he takes care of you, which I love that, I do believe that if both of you agree that you cook as a woman, you provide the food. Now, some households, nobody is cooking because you guys have a fast-paced household. When there's children involved, it's really nice to come home to a home-cooked meal. My mom was like that. I was raised with a traditional family. I cook. So that to me is a beautiful act of service you can do for your family and your man. But if you're not cooking, and maybe because you work too, or you guys don't have, or maybe he's a cook, he likes to cook. Some men like to cook. My dad also liked to cook. Like on the weekends, he would cook. Then how you do sandwiches is you make sure he's well fed. You order the food then. and you make sure you order it before he gets home. If he's hungry, you don't wait for him. You don't wait for him to say, are you hungry? Should we get some food? And now you're grumpy, he's grumpy. Just get on top of it. We are not children, ladies. We don't need to be like, what do you want to eat? I don't know. Like, just handle your business. I always know what I want to eat. Food, Indian, Middle Eastern. I'm vegan, so I have a special meal, but I know I can tell you exactly what I want to eat. Let's go. I already made reservations because I knew you'd be home late, baby. I know you're hungry. Let's get in the car. That's taking care of your man. Don't make him think, how is he going to feed you? How's he going to take care of you? And if you're home all day and he comes home late night or in the evening, why not have a hot meal ready for him? It's not that hard. One meal. I enjoy cooking. I mean, I don't think you should slave away in the kitchen all day, but if the man is paying all the bills and you are handling the home, there's nothing wrong with having a nice hot meal for your husband. Obviously, it's your husband. I don't say just cook for anybody. If the guy doesn't do anything for you, don't just start cooking meals for Tinder dates or something. You know what I mean? Because there's a certain period of where a man has to, he's buying the food and taking you out, and now you've developed this relationship. It's such a beautiful gift, and it's so unexpected. But make sure he's fed sex, silence, and sandwiches. Give him silence, give him food, give him sex. He will be golden. He'll be your best friend. He will give you the purse and the money and the things that you need. Because, of course, why wouldn't he? He wants you to be happy because you're making sure he's happy. Now, women, we need emotional support. We need financial support. We need, protection, physical support. We need a lot more things that most men are aware of these days. But a lot of women, if you ask a woman, what does your man want? Besides not cheating, most people can't tell you. But those are your three basics. You guys can disagree if you want. Let me read some comments. Okay, we kind of take turns, and we've been happily married for 30 years. I love that, Magali. See, yeah, if you don't, also appreciation. Yeah, women need appreciation. Yes, I do love silence and a good feast. Worldwide ghosts. Men, tell me I'm wrong with this. I want to see one man that says I'm wrong when sex, silence, and sandwiches. Yes, had to find the right moment. Exactly. Yo, John Statham. We're just having a nice chat here. Hey, please don't refer to sexual acts. I'm not going to, Joker. I'm not going to get specific. It's not, I'm not getting specific. It's a family show here. John Statham's here. Jean says shared. Thank you. Cosmo says you're not a real conservative. This is a low IQ take to date and become involved with some that will relegate your children due to lesser quality genetics and foreign unfamiliar. This guy is a racist. My gosh. Such a racist. John, don't just ignore the hater. Yeah, my mother has Cameroonian heritage. That's right. Topeka says you cannot be a feminist. You need both. When it comes to teenagers to adulthood, they fight their respect. There's a slogan, I brought into this world, I will take them out of this world. I don't believe that. I brought you into this world, I'll take you out. I think it's disrespecting. I think we just need to respect each other and talk to people like humans, You're mostly Cherokee. Nice. What is your height and what's the most you ever weighed? Wow, we got some specific questions here. I'm 5'10", and the most I ever weighed was 200 pounds. And that is bodybuilding at a heavier weight with muscle, extra curves. Nobody would have thought it was 200 pounds because I'm at 5'10", I wear it very well. You probably would have said I'm 160, 170. At my thinnest, I've been 149, but I look like I'm 115. I look almost skeletal. So you see, my body I'm not big boned, but I have strong bone structure. I have broad shoulders, athletic frame. I carry a lot of muscle, and muscle weighs more than fat. Muscle looks smaller, takes up less room, but it weighs more. So 200 pounds at 5'10" fit is like a curvy fit girl. And you guys have probably seen me when I have a little more weight on my body. I'm like curvy and fit. That's the most. I usually tend to be around 180. I do like to be around 165, but that I'll start to look very slim, very, very slim. My weight fluctuates depending on what I'm doing. And I do bodybuild. So I gain weight and I lose weight according to like gaining muscle. And then I'll lose it I cut. If you learn of cutting, I do it on purpose. So right now I'm cutting. So I'm on the heavier side right now, but my body is always, I love my body no matter what it looks like. I've never been obese, thank God, or overweight. I still have a flat stomach, I have curves, but I like to be a little on the leaner side as I go into like looking more like fit chick. But yeah, right now I would say body fat percentage more than how much you weigh makes a big difference, because you can be 200 pounds, 20% body fat for a woman that's very lean. Or you can be 50% body fat. That means you're mostly fat. So it can look extremely different on different people. I don't really care how much I weigh. What's my body fat percentage? So yeah, people are talking about body count. I'm like, what's your body fat? Oh, praise the Lord, blessings. Hello, winning souls. Exactly. Okay, what are we talking about? What are you guys talking about over here on Instagram? Curvy all the way, girl. Men want some meat on their bones. Yeah, waterproof. Definitely curry. That MAGA dress was effing fire on you. Thank you, Kings. I appreciate that. Okay, waterproof says, but also don't want your woman doing single things. Girls' nights out the club or bar. Act like you're married. I love that. So that's another thing. I have some oil on my face, so it looks very wet right now. I can see on the camera, but I have some nice oil skin treatments. I always do my little skin treatments at night. So that's another thing. Don't be out there in the club partying all night if you are married. I don't believe you should be. I think you should be representing that you have a family at home. I think that especially when you're a mother, there's a certain expectation. Now, I don't think it should be suppressive to women. I don't think you should have to be a shut-in, but I don't think you should be wearing freakum dresses, trying to get, because what are you trying to do? Get male attention and free drinks. We all know, girls, we've all done it. Come on, we've all done it. But if you have a man at home, why are you doing that? Girls' nights out can be super fun. Girls' nights out don't have to be in the club with a party dress, trying to get some money. If a guy is properly taking care of you, I'm not talking about you got some guy on the side. See, a lot of people, the problem they think with the traditional thing, we have the red pill community, we have the men's rights community, all these things, is they're like tired of women acting like they want a traditional man, but they're non-traditional women. And I get that. Now, we don't have the 1950s anymore. Unfortunately, we don't have those 1950s housewives. I thought the 1950s was great in many regards. In some regards, not good. But we don't have that traditional straight up. But we still have provider men. We still have strong religious men, men who want to provide for a woman, and they expect that providing comes with certain rules. And there's nothing wrong with that. Hello, if the man's going to pay all your bills, take care of you, treat you like the queen you are, why do you have to go out in the club and get other guys' attention, free drinks, boobs out? I don't get it. It's not okay. And a man has a right to say, I don't think that that's appropriate. I think if a man has a problem with the way I dress, a man that I care about and love and takes care of me, then I will talk to him. But I also never dress like that. I can't say I never have, but I would say I have a very good taste in style. It's better to be more classy. Ladies, be classy, whether you're single or not. These are some good questions. Oh my gosh, we got to look at this guy. We got to straight up, what is it called? What's it called when somebody believes in inferiority of genes, certain genes? It's very bad, but I'm not gonna like that guy. He's blown up the chat on YouTube. He's crazy. Let's see. What other comments do we have? What other beautiful comments? We got some good ones though. JCL's handling it. I love this too. Okay, what else do we have? But also, you don't want your woman doing, okay, good. Yes. We got curvy. I want to hear some comments from you guys in the chat. What's up? Do you agree that financially successful women is a big reason to divorce and or lack of successful relationships? Ooh, interesting. Hold on. Let me get another light on. I'll be right back, guys. Let me turn this light on. I don't know how much it's going to do. Shouldn't be having coffee late at nights. We've got filters on down there. So look at my new setup. I've got I'm all pro. I believe that Director Phil, that's an interesting thing. Financially successful women is a big reason to divorce and or lack of, I think that when a woman is financially stable, she depends less on the man, and that's good. A woman should always have her own money. But I don't think that it's necessarily a reason to divorce. It would have to be that once she has the freedom and she realizes she doesn't have to put up with stuff simply to survive and have her bills paid, she probably gets confident and leaves. And there's nothing wrong with that. Men, don't have the reason that your woman is with you just because you pay her bills. Also be a good guy. That's not okay either. It's not that I pay for you, therefore I can treat you like crap. We're not looking at prostitution here. What is this, right? That's what I don't like about the red pill community. They can get a little arrogant and almost violent in some of their assertions and these modern women. Yeah, but some of these women are modern day women because they've been through situations where the man gave them a place to stay, took care of them, and then abused their trust. And so now they're like, I can't deal with men. It happens to a lot of women, especially these young girls that get with older guys. Not always older, because older men usually are more mature and take care of women. Actually, I found older men to be more gentlemen. But sometimes these younger guys that grab a younger girl and then they want to just scoop them up and be like the boss, and they have this ego. And you got to earn that, bro. You have to be a good man. It's not just enough to simply pay the bill. If it doesn't mean a woman has to sleep with you just because you pay the bill. To me, I'm an old-fashioned woman. A man is always going to pay for the date. There is a lot of expectation that a man must uphold, and you can get mad at women for it, or you can just do it. Don't be dusty. But women, on the flip side, don't expect your man to provide all the bills, handle everything, and you to disrespect them and wear freakum dresses and go out to the club and flirt with every guy. That's extremely disrespectful. You're going to lose that man with the quickness. Don't treat a man like crap and expect, he's just emotionally manipulative. He doesn't want me to go out till 1 a.m. and sleep at my guy friend's house. That's so rude. He's just trying to trap me and keep me trapped. I saw an Instagram post, you guys. I kid you not. I saw on an Instagram, there we go, eugenics. Thank you. And that was the word I was looking for. I saw on an Instagram post a guy who was saying, I want a passenger princess, a plane princess, and how I should pin this so that you guys can know this is what I'm talking about. And he was like, I want a girl that just shows up at the gate and I just take her and I've already bought the tickets and packed the bags and we're going. That's what I want. I want to treat it he was saying he wants to treat his woman. She just shows up and gets on the plane with him. I've had a relationship like that. I loved it. I've traveled with my significant others and had a man who's just let's book a trip. We're going to go someplace. I love that because I trust my man. The comments in that, some of them were actually a lot of them were that's toxic. I will never let a man do that for me because then he wants to control me. So paying for everything, booking everything, doing all the work is now control? I'm sorry. It sounds like you're the boss there because he's doing everything for you. I don't get that. A man opening the door for me is controlling me? Buying gifts for me is controlling me? No. Depends on what he expects. But if he's your boyfriend or your husband or your significant other, that's amazing. That's called a gift. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. People are just kind of crazy. Yeah, pinning them. Exactly. Thanks, Joker. That's kind of crazy. So anyways, MAGA is like a bad tattoo. Okay. What are you guys saying over here on Instagram? What are we saying over here? Hiya, Lunar. Ladies' night is an awful idea. Alcohol and ladies' night is a recipe for any relationship problems. Have Pictionary nights, couples nights. I agree. You can do fun game nights. Hi, Claudia. TV. Hi, Claudia Andrea. What's up, girl? So it's crazy. It's show your armpit and eugenics, misogyny, Aryan, Pearl Davis. That's interesting. What's your take on Pearl Davis? I have some of the takes that Pearl does are really good takes. Oops, I pinned the wrong thing. There it is. And then some of her stuff, I think she's just trolling people. I think she's just trying to get attention. Like she says, women shouldn't vote because you can't be drafted, but that makes no sense. It's not only drafted people that should be able to vote. It makes no sense. That I think is trolling. The other things though that she says, she says you have to level. I think she does talk about leveling up and women should look good to get a guy. But she does have the pick me vibe sometimes. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be straight up honest. She does tend to put down women a lot because it gets clicks from thirsty men, not thirsty as in they want to sleep with her, but maybe some of them do. I mean, it's fine. Those guys are going to do that. But it's like men who are like, yeah, I knew it. Like you're already, it's like telling people, if you got, hey, David in Los Angeles, you got fired from your job, your boss sucks anyways. And you're going to get all these people like, yeah, you know what? Down with bosses. People are like, yeah, down with bosses. So you're kind of preying on people that are wounded. And I think some of her messages prey on men that are wounded. Like, yeah, a woman did you dirty. Well, she was just in it for your money anyways. She doesn't even know you. She's a modern day woman feminist. Screw her. And it's like, it's not that simple. It's complex problems and issues sometimes. Simple thing is we don't communicate. We don't respect each other. I think that's the simplicity of it, male and female. It's not so much that all women are bad and attacking modern day men and they're all for the streets. There's a lot of women that are trashy that I would never let, if I was a man, I'd never let touch me, but then go find a quality woman. They do exist. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. But other things with Pearl, I love what she says. And there's things that she says that I'm like, yeah, somebody had to say it. So I admire her. I don't agree with everything she says, but there's some takes. I would definitely talk to her. She did have some rumbles in the Black community. She said some disrespectful stuff, which I don't like. I like mediocre tutorials and reviews. I like that guy. I watch him. So, yeah, it's just... So, Director Phil, you got a lot to say. Okay, you got a lot to say. I like it. Let's see 40 years married, says David Almaraz. To a girl mom said to stay away from. Oh, to a girl mom said to stay away from. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes mom is not always right. 40 years married. Yeah. See, that's the thing is like, we can have our own opinions on what's a good woman and everything, but the truth is you need to also get out there and take chances. Men ask women out on dates. We're not having that happen enough. And it's incredibly attractive when a man asks a woman on dates. Who cares if she laughs in your face or says you're too short, you're bald, you're fat, I would never date you, you're too. Keep it pushing. Who cares about her opinion? Why are you letting these modern day women opinion matter? Some guys are getting too butthurt with these women. I'm like, I don't even care about those women. They're looking at these trashy women who have like these former PORN stars who have these comments about men or whatever. And they're taking offense. Please, that is so unattractive. Do not get offended about what they say, because trust me, good women, good quality women like me and the friends I hang out with who don't always go up in the club with their party dresses and all that crap and getting wasted and drunk. And no, I'm in the bar, as in gym, as in bar, as in I'm benching or I'm deadlifting. That's my bar. I'm always dumbbells. Okay. I'm racking weights on that bar. I'm not up in a club or a bar every night. Like it's not worth it. Also I'm not 21 anymore, but the women that you want are not going to be there. So don't listen to those women. It's like going to a strip club and asking an opinion about men to a stripper. She's going to have a very different opinion than going to a library and asking a librarian about men. That's why I don't get about a lot of these shows. I've been on Fresh and Fit. I do love Fresh and Fit. I love these guys. I think they're doing way more good than bad. Andrew Tate. I love these guys. These masculine men. I think it's doing wonders. Men need to hear from strong masculine men. Even if women disagree with it, it doesn't matter. I'm not their audience. Men need role models that are men. But the problem with a lot of these men is when they do have women in the whatever podcast on those shows, they get the strippers and the OnlyFans models and the trashy girls. And I'm like, why don't you have a clothed, intelligent woman on there? You'll see the difference. So we need to level up. What does it say? You are a star. Just please don't educate me. I love what I do. You make millions. I will be happy if I make 5,000. Do you want to date me? Andy Pandy, you are so cute. It's like you wrote a poem. That is really cute. That is really cute. I make 5,000. Just please don't educate me. I will not date you, Andy, but I appreciate you asking. And I like your haiku. Joy, I like your great common sense and wisdom of life. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Hunter has the best, what? Hunter's the best Coke. Oh, God. Just date someone from overseas. Yeah, Edward, that's true. But I don't think that, are you saying that to men, to women, or in general? I don't think that's just the answer. And you look like you're loved up properly. As a boy mom, there are men now. I worry a lot for my boys and how women are now. Yeah, it's true. It's, you have to be careful. It's not the same as it was before. It's like a lot of people are not being more conservative or Christian values or just, values in relationships. You have some mucho macho men here. Yes, highly trained beings. I love it, David. That's right. I love it. Talented. There's some really good men. In general, I don't think the answer is just date people from overseas in general. I think that can be a little bit tone deaf because how are they going to go out there? Although I do travel and I've dated people from overseas, long-term relationships. I do think, though, that depending on what foreign nation you're talking about, there's going to be a different culture. Everything's going to have their pluses and minuses. Director Phil says there's a reason why there's more successful men married than successful women married. Men become successful to have a family. Women become successful to be independent. Thoughts? Well, the reason why there's more successful men married is because than successful women. Now we're talking about, I forgive me if I'm wrong, but you're saying successful as in business success, right? Not the stay-at-home mothers, or well, if they're not married, but you're talking about business success. Yeah. So if we're doing business to business, it's a masculine field when it comes to business. And women will often have to put on a masculine mask, right? To act masculine, to be successful. You don't have to, but often that's what we do, unfortunately. And also because there's certain criteria that help you be successful in business, and climb the ladder, work late hours, certain values there that men embody more than women. This is why the pay gap is so big, because men are taking harder jobs for higher pay, right? More dangerous jobs. Men are willing to work later. Women are usually not ready to do that, which we shouldn't. I don't believe it's ever going to be fair, and I don't think it ever should be fair, because I do believe that men are supposed to take care of women financially. When you find a good woman, you wife her up. You take care of her. You take her off the market. Don't make her work in those streets working for Mr. Johnson all day. Why? She can work at home. She can be your wife. She can have your babies. You guys can have a family business. I believe in family business, like work together. That's what we used to do, provide legacy, and then have your kids grow up and work for the family business. It's much safer than, why would you want to, women out there are sacrificing their time and energy and beauty and youth to work for somebody else for such limited pay. I don't believe you should do that. I think you should try to find a career you like, do something that's feminine and soft and valuable to the world. And you should have a business. But then I think if you want to have kids and you want to get married, then you should also be thinking find a husband. And that will take certain sacrifices. Men don't have to think like that. Men can be successful for longer in business and then get married later. Remember, women, it is harder to do that. So that, I think, plays into it, that women who are more successful, and I don't think that it's good or bad, whatever you choose. If you want to be a successful business person, like Tyra Banks. I love Tyra Banks. I think she's been married and she's had kids, but she's successful. I don't think she's married right now. her standard's going to be so high, it's going to be harder for her to find a man who will have the same standards and will be able to be at those standards. It's true, the more successful you are as a woman, the less your dating pool is. Because guess what? The top 2% of men, every woman wants. And a man will get younger women. They'll date younger. Men are willing to date unsuccessful. A successful woman is not willing to date an unsuccessful man because of hypergamy. It's natural. We date up, right? Women date up. They want to have better. It's nature. That doesn't mean you can't. I just think if you are going to be a female surgeon, which is badass and awesome, be willing to compromise and not only date surgeons if you're a woman surgeon, because you're probably going to have a very small, narrow field. By the time you get there, all of the best surgeons are already going to be married, because when they went to medical school, they found a girl and, she's a stay-at-home. It enabled him to be successful. It's harder out there for women to be successful in business and career and do what they need and be married, because most men will not be the mister to their missus. They won't take the back seat while she goes to school or she succeeds. But a woman will gladly do that because it's more of the natural order of things. I'm not saying it's all right or wrong. There's no judgments here, but this is how society is set up, and this is the best way for parenting to be set up. We do have biology to take into account. A woman's birthing period, decreases steadily. Studies are showing really after 40 rather than 35. We're getting higher and higher. It's getting easier and safer to have kids. But still, when you're in your 40s, do you really want to have a bunch of babies? Preferably not, right? It doesn't mean you can't. Ideally, you have kids in your 20s. That way you can enjoy your 40s with your significant other. If you plan your life to have children, it's going to look very different than if you plan your life to have a successful career. If you're a woman. If you're a man, it's not going to look that different. That's the sad thing. For women, we have to make incredible sacrifices and choices to choose career over family or family over career. My best advice, have both. Go to school, find your husband when you're in college, have a career that is not something that has to take the place of your husband, get married young, have children after school, after a few years in your career. By the time you're 25, 26, have your first kid while your husband's career has been going up. You're a stay-at-home mom for 5, 6 years, enter back into the workplace, all the while you were doing part-time or stay-at-home versions of your career, and enter back into the workplace when the kids are in school, 7, 8, 9, and then comfortably have your job, but don't have your career take the place of family. That's why I think today's society, it's very hard to be stay-at-home mom permanently. Even in the 50s, they didn't do that. They were part-time receptionists, and they did charity programs, and they did some sort of job, you can do charity, you can just do something with your life, though, besides just be a wife and mother. Not because being a wife and mother is not something, it's massive, it's huge, but for you, your own personal enjoyment. It's going to get tiring to come home to kids every day and only your husband. You do need a social life. You need to go out with the girls. It doesn't have to be girls' night out crazy. It can be girls' night in. I love a girls' night in. Wine and movies and chit chat, just like the ladies. Like I said, bingo night, someone said there. Not bingo, but yeah, I just think girls' night out has such a negative connotation because it's like the city girls, the street girl. Like, it's why? That's not... Like, if you're over 25, why are you still going to clubs like that? Unless you're trying to find someone to date, but also they're not going to be in the club. Go to an upscale restaurant, upscale place. You know what I mean? Just find somebody. So I think that's why, if that makes sense. Tyra Banks, I love too. She was the first Black woman to appear on Sports Illustrated. She's a lib, but hey, aren't they all? Exactly. On the plus side, she's a Catholic. I didn't know she was a Catholic like me. That's awesome. What are your thoughts about the singer China Anne McClain? She used to be a Disney Channel star before she became a star on the CW show based on the DC comic book Black Lightning. I don't know her. Oh my God. David Alvarez says, I met you at church making a donation at cashier not long ago. Love you to the moon. Thank you, David. I love you too. You're in Los Angeles. I'm in Florida. Oh, I'll have to come back when I come back to church to see you. It's really beautiful. Yeah, church is a big part of life. Yeah. I like a traditional relationship. So if I want a traditional relationship, that means I'm going to have to make certain sacrifices, and that's okay. Ooh, Creole says, my husband and I are both successful. We both served in the military. Ooh, and we own our own practice. He's a doctor. Now I'm an RN, and I work with content creators on the side. We've been married 21 years. Booyah! That is gorgeous. Shout out to Creole. That is beautiful. Lunar says, date a chiropractor. Chiropractors are hot. I'm not going to lie. That's life in our spines. Okay, hook me up. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love that so much. It's really good. It's crazy how women submit to their boss at work, Waterproof says, but a problem submitting to the father of their children. I agree. I think that is some craziness. That is some craziness. Exactly. Great point. Thank you, Director Phil. You got, that was a great question you asked. Give us a house, we will give you a home. Give us your seed, we will give you a child. Women always enlarge what a man gives them. Absolutely. We are nurturers. A woman's job is to be nurturing and peaceful. Absolutely. The modern women of today don't see marriage as a level up the way men do. Unifier TV. Yeah, that's the thing. So when we talk about knowing your worth and leveling up, marriage is 100% part of it. Ladies, you do not want to be 50 years old, unmarried, unless you want to be that way. But most women do not, because you want to be taken care of by a man, emotionally, physically, protecting, financially. If something happens to you and you can't work every day, your husband, right? Or you two together. And a woman should take care of her man when she needs to too. But a woman enables a man to be great by taking care of the things he can't. All you got to do is do sex, silence, and sandwiches. Be his peace, be his nurturer, be his comfort, be his healer. And he will protect and provide and fight for you. I know, because there's very many good men out there. There's a lot of good men. I'm so British right now. I was hanging out with a British person, and I lived in the UK for a few years. There's very many good men. I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm speaking in my British accent. I'm trying to be American again. I'm not trying to be one of those people that's like, oh, I was in the UK and now I can't stop talking like this, like Madonna. Inexcusably had a British accent in the 90s for no reason at all. But she was married to a British guy, so I know how that is. When you're around a lot of Brits, you pick up their accent. If you're a musician, that happens. But yeah, there's a lot of good men out there. I do want kids. Absolutely. Scrabble. Don't get a career that replaces your husband. That was fire. Thank you, Director Phil. Thank you. That's it. Most men, what does you say? I love you, Joy. Thank you, William. I love you too. Don't get a career. Yeah, I'm really glad you like that. Most men have it all. Yep, men have it all. Well, they should. You're pretty smart. And as I'm typing, you're saying everything I'm about to type. Oh, I love that. We're on the same page with that. To me, it's common sense. I was raised in a traditional household. So this is stuff I've learned from my mom and my dad. Some women of today see marriage as a way to slow them down. Unifier TV is my brother. Let me talk to you. Or keep them from achieving something. However, most men see marriage as security. Is that true? Do men see marriage as security? I would say too. Not one mention of the fact of LGBT marriages, says Edward Cologne. Those are valid as well. Yeah, they're valid as well too. When you are, just to note on the LGBT marriage, it's different, because if you have two men, the most financially successful relationships are gay men who are married in a long-term relationship. You know why? Because you have two men who are willing to work overtime, willing to put in the hours in a tough job, or become engineers, high-paying jobs. And not one of them has to be a stay-at-home, or they both will share their income, and they can be high earners, and they can spend a lot of money. They don't have children, most of them. It's a hard process for two men to get, adopt kids. So you usually have like small dogs, which are not as expensive as kids at all. So there you have the highest wage earning couples on the planet, in America at least, let's say America, would be two men household. Two women would probably be the lowest earners, because they'd be emotional. They'd be on their periods all the time. No, I'm just kidding. That is misogynistic. I'm joking. But I mean, we're talking just practical ways. If you're a dude and you want to live with another dude, just have a ton of money. In fact, you don't even have to sleep with them. I say have a male roommate, and you guys just work 12-hour days and stack up your chips together and buy beautiful furniture and nice things until you end up finding a beautiful woman that is caring and loving, then get married and then move out, get a new place, get a new house. But yeah, I mean, I just think there's all kinds of ways relationships can be. LGBT is a different dynamic, but often with that dynamic, there's a male and a female version, masculine and feminine. So that's also interesting too. In many relationships, which I know, LGBT, like gay couples, the one will be more of the male provider, masculine, and the one will be more of the feminine nurturer and peace, even if they're both women or they're both men, or both, whatever they want to call themselves. So it's interesting. One person becomes more of the caretaker and one person becomes more of the provider. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about roles. These are traditional roles. They're actually not dependent upon gender, but they traditionally are more gender-based because of the set of skills that each gender is born with. That's just how it is, right? Ricky Vizza says, I love Joy. I left social media a long time ago, but I love this girl. Oh, I love her book, Badass Conservative Love, coffee table book. Thank you so much. I'm writing another book. I love you, love you, love you. I appreciate the love. If I duplicate myself, marry myself, Regine, I can become the highest earner in the family, regardless if it's me or myself. True. Just have 12 versions of yourself, and you can all just hang out with each other. Or kill each other. Come on, that would be awful. I'd probably get sick of all myself. Actually, it's not true. I'd love myself. We'd have a party. We'd have a dance party. We'd be like, woo, but then we'd be like, okay, there's a lot of girly, fun, artsiness, and we're all in the gym all the time. I think we need somebody else like in this mix. I think it'd just be a lot of it. I love you on this topic. You've got to do an episode on my Mansplain series with me. Let's do it, Unifier. Let's do it. We keep talking about it. Thank you for loving me on this topic. It's one of my favorite topics. It's one of my favorite topics, actually. I could talk about relationships all day long. Oh, I love you all. So great. We'll keep going. We're doing overtime. We're doing overtime. Regine, I'm so glad you're here. We're working overtime, taking care of business every day, taking care of business every way. Okay, Director Phil, you got some good questions here. Lastly, what's your thoughts on the strike? As you know, I live in LA. I didn't know. That's right, you live in LA. Well, yeah, Director, we have a lot of mutual friends, followers. We need to, I moved out of LA, meet at some point. Let's do it. I moved out of LA, but I would love to see you and meet you. Absolutely. Philip L. Williams. We have a lot of similar things, and the strike, I can't speak on it. I'm an actor. I can't speak on it right now. I think it's, because I don't know all the details, but I will be back in Los Angeles soon. I'm 53 and unmarried and a mom. Oh, Lunar Prancer, how is that? Would you like to be honest about it and share with the audience? Do you regret that? You don't have to if you don't want to share that. I know a lot of people. What was the sandwich quote? Oh, shoot, political shoots. You guys, we're going to have to do a whole show about this. Do you remember me? Hi, Igor. Yes, I remember you. Igor Smith, I love your new photo. Looking handsome. Yes. My daughter is gay and she's the best person I've ever met. That's beautiful. Regine, you're on here. Hey, Dallin. That's beautiful. So what men need is, oh, shoot. Still taping. I just had a phone call. Men see marriage. We paused it. Okay, so hi guys. I had a phone call on my Instagram. Regine, the love. Are we still live here? Okay, we're back. Sorry guys, I got a phone call and it interrupted. Men see marriage as legacy, but remember, marriage is a Christian arrangement, so that's why marriage doesn't work a lot also. I disagree that marriage is only a Christian arrangement because people get married for different reasons. I think marriage is a family arrangement. I think the reason you should absolutely get married is if you want to have children. Because marriage is a business arrangement. If it was only Christian, you could just have a Christian church ceremony and be done with it. You wouldn't need all the legal razzle-dazzle. But it's not. It is a contract with the state. It is a contract between yourselves. But I think you need that. You need to be bound under that contract, that contractual agreement that you and the other person will share everything and be honest and true. Now, the vows that people say are usually from the church when they're getting married. That's usually emotional and beautiful and spiritual and all that stuff. But when it comes down to the legal aspects of it, it is definitely, different. Oh, Lunar Prancer, I'm available for women without children under the age of 31, lives in LA. Okay, Director Phil knows what he wants. There you go. There you go. Not mad at it. We might have to do a dating show here, relationship show. That would be fun. The Joyvilla relationship show. We match people together in the Joy Tribe. But I think that marriage is something that you should absolutely want as a parent, but marry before you carry. Marry before you carry 1,000%, okay? Marry before you carry, ladies. But being married means you're going to provide a solid foundation for your children that extends to the future and legally. And that is absolutely needed. Now, if you don't want to have children and you still want to live with a spouse and share together and have this long-term agreement, get married. Don't get married. I wouldn't do it because I want children. Also, even if I didn't want children, I do want security. Someone said that it's like a man wants security. We need to make marriage great again. I agree. Oopsie at 38. Lunar's at 38. Maybe you can increase from 31 to 38. Most men do want a younger woman, especially if you're going to have children. But it doesn't mean if you're an older woman, you can't also get a man. And by older, I don't mean 30s. I mean like 40s, 50s, 60s. Like, that doesn't mean you can't. I know a woman who's 79, just got a boyfriend who's younger than her. You need to be a mom, Joy. I want to be a mom. That's it. Regine says, what's your thoughts on? You better finish that sentence and not just annoy me. Oh, thoughts on Passport Bros. That's so funny. It finished over here. We can return to the YouTube chat too. What's up? Yeah, every religion and culture possesses a marriage analog. Exactly, Edward. I think that it's not just Christian. It's something for everybody. Like marriage is kind of like, it depends on your culture. People got married for land and property. People got married for countries, to tie countries together, right? Paris or France, our daughter of France will marry your son of Italy. Thereby France and Italy are now joined together. For gain, for profits. Marriage has not just been a Christian institution. I do believe that every culture can enjoy marriage, and it's been the backbone of family. Marriage is a good thing. Marriage needs to be made beautiful and sexy and fun and wonderful again. I think to be respected again, make marriage great again. I believe in that. But it's also something that's very misinterpreted, and people get married for the wrong reasons. They have different ideas. A lot of people are divorced these days. I think that's normal. That doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't even mean the marriage failed. It just means you guys got married for one reason and things changed. Now, ideally, you get married to somebody and you stay married forever. No one gets married to get divorced, but divorce can happen. And I truly believe it's better that you're happily divorced than unhappily married. I do not believe that you should be fighting for, I've been married for 50 years. We hate each other, but we're not divorced. We're holding on by our hat. We're holding on. And we cheated on each other 45 times, almost killed each other, but we're together. Damn it, we're together. I don't think God is smiling at that. I think that that's ridiculous. You could have been not together and been happier. I just don't. Maybe that's a modern take, but that's, to me, doesn't make sense. Lady Bomber says, in no way am I against marriage or anyone having children. The type of lifestyle I enjoy does not warrant marriage or children. Perfect. But Lady Bomber, you know that. And if you know that, there's nothing wrong. We can't demonize women for not wanting to have marriage and kids. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, you might have a less stressful life. But if you want marriage and children, then you're going to have to make it a priority earlier in life. Or it's not too late, but you have to prioritize it. You have to find someone and please don't have kids by yourself. That's child abuse. If you can not do it. If you got pregnant, the guy left, that's different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you chose to have a child by yourself. That's child abuse. What are my thoughts on passport bros, Regine? I would say, I'm going to pin this quote and I'll answer that Instagram. I'm going to go to the YouTube chat here in the Facebook chat. Passport bros, what is a passport bro? A passport bro is someone who says, I'm going to get my passport, which everyone should have a passport, go to another country and marry somebody who will appreciate me there, because all women suck in America. Not so much that, but it's basically that, right? I used to believe that. I was like, if I was a dude or I had a son, I'd say, go to the Philippines, go marry your wife there. It depends on what you want. If you want a traditional submissive woman that will take what you make and you don't make a lot of money, but you want that money to go further, and will take that and cook for you and clean for you and be really grateful that you gave her, a chance to be married and you're American and the kids have citizenship, then do it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. What I do think is wrong is if you are going to go to an underprivileged nation in Asia or in Africa, scoop up these women who are very underprivileged and who need help, and you're going to take advantage of them, meanwhile putting down women in your own country, and not really do what you say you're going to do. Because unfortunately, I lived in South Africa. That's not unfortunate. It was amazing. But I do know people who did that. I do know people who went to South Africa, and some of these guys, white and black, would go there and take advantage of the beautiful women there, because the girls are gorgeous, but many of them are poor, not all of them, but some of them are poor, and flirt with them and promise them things, knowing what they're expecting is marriage, and not marry them, and take advantage of their youth and their beauty and their neediness for pennies. And that is just gross to me. So don't be that. Don't go to Puerto Rico and more like the Dominican Republic. Puerto Rico is part of America, but it happens there too. But Dominican Republic, and then just go down there and think, my $70 will be like $700 there. Yeah, but that's not the point. You should be working to make the most money, to be the most husband material you can, and then once you've made it and you feel like you're a man of means, if you want to take your money and go to another country, that's your prerogative. I don't think it's wrong. I just think, what's the intention there? Because some people do it for a wrong intention. It's like saying, oh, I'm going to go find a homeless woman and marry her because she'll wash my feet every day. It's like, okay, is that good? Is that charity, or is that kind of weird? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it's the same thing, but are you going over there because you have nefarious reasons? Because I do know those guys. I see them in Asia, and doesn't look healthy. Doesn't look healthy what they're doing over there. So some of them, I'm not saying all of them, but I've observed there's an icky element to that passport bro thing. And remember, passport bros, you can also get taken advantage of. You think these women love you, they want that dollar. They love that green. And once they get that money and that citizenship, they can be gone. They can be gone like that. So also, a lot of those guys think, oh, she loves me. She cooks for me every day. She knows what she's doing. She's going to give it the 3 legal years that she has to do, 3 to 5 years, and then she's gone. And then she has your baby. She's got you for life. And now she can feed her whole family in the Philippines, off your mistakes. I'm not saying that's all of them. I'm just saying, be practical here. If you actually really fall in love with someone overseas, why not find an educated, from a good family woman? Like, don't find the poorest, most desperate woman and then think you're being Captain Save-A-Ho. Not that she's a hoe, but you know what I mean? Like, is there some complex you're trying to fulfill? Because that's also weird. That's just what I'm saying. I just don't like to see people get taken advantage of. If you really want to help people over there, start a charity. Give them a job, hire them. You can still help people over there without having to marry them and take advantage. Because I know people do that too. They hire people overseas for pennies on the dollar. It's like, well, at least I'm giving them a job. Also, don't do that. Pay them a fair wage, at least fair for that country. Don't try to undercut them. Don't pay them like $2 an hour, even if, oh, that's so much money. Yeah, okay, but try to pay somebody a fair wage. Like it's just the principle of the thing. I just don't believe in undercutting people. I believe in kindness. So I don't know. It's a long answer maybe it's a complicated answer to a very simple question, but that's how I can see some passport bros. And some of them are just brokies. They're trying to make their $5 last like 500 and be like, I'm American, I'm rich. And they're really not. And then they buy a girl some bananas and then they got a wife. I don't know. If you couldn't make it in your own country, is there a reason? But I'm not against going overseas and finding someone that loves you in the way you want to be loved. That's also good too. There are more traditional women overseas, but not all of them. There's also scamming women. There's scammers everywhere. Just don't be deluded. Men and women, just be smart. Does that answer the question? Oh yeah, not in PR. The women there will mess up passport bros. Yeah. Yeah, don't take advantage of people, and don't try to, and don't get taken advantage of. Okay, so what I know, John JCL says, "Hey Joy, when you start inviting guests on your podcasts and lives, I have 3 in mind: Stacey Dash, Kim Klasick, and Mia Flores. Whenever they aren't busy." Thank you, noted. I think those are great. Dear Abby, what about Dear Joy? You got some good gray matter between those ears. Good info, Joy. Thank you, Matthew McKee. I'm glad you like that, Captain Sabaho. He's laughing. All right, Instagram, what are you up to over here? Hi, Alfred. Hi, Wilfredo. You are on a delay. I'm on a delay, Lunar. Can you guys see me now? Mo Betta's in the house. What's up? Captain Sabaho, exactly. They will find those women on our dating show. Yeah, exactly. Director Phil, let's do the dating show together. A dating show is definitely needed for people with our beliefs, because after 2020, yes, let's do it, Director Phil. It became extremely hard to date for us, especially in LA, the Phil's Like Joy dating show. Let's do it, Phil. Email me. You're in LA. I can fly out to LA. We can get some meetings going. A lot are mongers for sure. Exactly, Creole. Yeah, it's a lot of that crap that goes around. It's just, people are just trying to, Burbank, California. I love the dating show idea. Phil, please email me, joy@joyvilla.com, or you can DM me here, but it's going to be harder. Am I still on a delay, guys? Okay, I want to answer this question from Chrissy. Chrissy. It was supposed to be something to look forward to. Now people do all the marriage stuff without the marriage. Ooh, society normalized stuff that people are supposed to be saved and sacred with the person we chose. That was supposed to be sacred. I do see that. Yes, Scott. Hi, Scott. Did you watch the Tinder Swindler? I did watch the Tinder Swindler. I freaking love that documentary. It was so good. Hey. Yeah, this is great, you guys. I sure did. Yeah, I love this, Dear Abby. Yeah, exactly. It's Dear Joy. I love this. This is fun for me. So I do believe that people show so many things that is icky to me, like intimacy is now something that people just broadcast. I don't like seeing intimate moments or intimacy that is broadcast to everyone. I think it's kind of disgusting. And I think that should be saved for marriage. I agree. Also, people are jumping into bed with people these days. People are doing all kinds of stuff. It's not really finding their worth, is it? I don't know. It's a complex thing. I think marriage, you should get married for the right reasons. I also don't believe so I've lived with boyfriends before I was married. I've lived with men before. And I know that I'm a Christian, and there's schools of thought saying not to live with somebody, and there's statistics that show there's more of a chance of breakup or divorce if you live with somebody before you're married. I have a different school of thought sometimes. It depends. If you're young and you can live with your parents and then move from your parents into your husband's house, that's amazing. Or with your wife, or you guys can all live in an annex or mother-in-law apartment on the family property. Do that as much as you can. I don't think it's a bad thing. I do know some teenage couples who've done that before with the family's blessing. I just think that marriage things, what are marriage things? I do think that promiscuity is at an all-time high. Distrust is at an all-time high. Relationships are at an all-time low. So there is something to be said for what we're doing is not working. I do think we do have to go back a little more to the 50s and 60s, and hell, 70s and 80s and 90s. I was born in the 90s. The 2000s were more innocent. 2000s when they start messing up, though. Millennials got the brunt of it. So we got into all this stuff. So I do think that it's now so outrageous that people don't even respect a relationship. Cheating is okay. Polyamory is now the solution. Like, just date multiple people. Be in love with more than one person. Of course you can be in love with more than one person. The thing is not that can you be in love with more than one person? Of course you can. But do you choose to be faithful to more than one person? Do you choose to sacrifice everything in order to put the other person first? That should only be one person. Besides God and yourself, it should be your significant other, and then your children. Now, some people are like, is your children or your husband first? I do believe your children's welfare must come first, but under the protective covering of your husband. You shouldn't put your children above your husband as if that's some sort of choice to be made. It's not equal. It's like saying, do you choose your eldest or your youngest to love more? You know what I mean? It's different. And some people love their kids way more than they love their spouse, and that's sad, and it shows. Now, the love for a child is totally different and deeper than any other love that you can experience. I know. I don't know from firsthand. I don't have children, but it is a beautiful love, right? But the love for a spouse must be sacred as well. We can't, because we were never meant to parent kids alone. We're never meant to be single parents. It's not how nature intended. It's not how God intended. So if you don't love your spouse as much as you love your children and bring them in, and when you see your children, you see your spouse, there's going to be problems. There's even people who are divorced who have beautiful, healthy co-parent relationships. And to me, that means they're respecting their spouse as an extension of their kids or their ex-spouse. And that's beautiful. And that we don't have enough. We don't see enough, right? So I do think, guys, that it is tough. Relationships are definitely not for the faint of heart. There's something that, we're going to have to work on. And I think that common sense needs to be put back into school. Bigamy under the guise of polyamory. Yeah, modern women have outrageous standards. Yeah, I think modern women do have outrageous standards. I think also sometimes modern men do too. Your audio is ahead of your video. Oh, okay. No delay. I've been DM'd you. Okay, Director Phil, email me, joy@joyvilla.com. Sorry, because my DMs are just filled, unfortunately. JCL says you hit the nail on the right. He said spot on. Laura says, how the hell are you, woman? I'm good, Laura. Good to see you. Matthew says, exactly. Nothing is sacred anymore, makes intimacy and related intimate private. I agree. This is Matt Mittens on YouTube, by the way. I'm straddling. Oh, you're on both. Okay. Yeah. Matthew says, true, we had a baby 7 years ago. I got kicked to the curb, separate room currently. Oh my gosh. Genocentric court system will not favor me. Gynocentric court system. That's awful. I think in a healthy marriage, you have to love yourself first. Ooh, says Laura. That's a good point too. I think a lot of people, we're talking about marriages, leveling up, knowing your worth in this live, guys. That's another true thing is a lot of people don't love themselves and then they get married and they think getting married will love, like I love us, so then I love me. And then they find out they actually don't love me. They don't love themselves. And when the us kind of starts to drift apart, which it will in a healthy relationship, you're going to drift apart at some point. It's going to be tough. You're not always going to be happy. You're going to hate each other sometimes. But the point is that you commit to each other and you find each other back. You find ways to come back to each other. And in a healthy relationship, though, when that happens, you have to be able to love yourself. And some relationships have long distance, and some relationships will have times where the woman or the man can't be there for the other. So what are you going to do? If your spouse is not there, you're going to just hate yourself or not? Like, what happens if your spouse is in the military? You know what I mean? They get called for service, or they get called on set, or, traveling for work, or, what happens if they cheat on you? Can you still love them? I used to say, no way, Jose. I could never love someone who was unfaithful to me. But Now I think it depends on the situation. I wouldn't say if they were continuously unfaithful to me, absolutely not. But how much work had they put in? Have we been together for 45 years? And do I actually love them? It would be pretty tough. I'm not going to lie. It would definitely be like intense. But I don't know if I would just jump to be like, I'm divorcing them right away. What happened? You know, their dad died and they had a drunken night and they went nuts. I don't know. Like, would you love someone who gambled away your fortune? You know, I mean, where does the love go? How deep is your love? I'm not saying you have to. I don't even know what I would do. I think, though, that it should be handled privately. It should be handled respectfully, whatever comes up, and you should handle it within your marriage. And you should have tons of communication, and it should be intimate, and nobody should know your business. Celebrities go through this all the time. Something leaks, and then we find out later or whatever. And like the Beckhams, didn't they find out there was a cheating scandal? And people are dismissive, like, oh yeah, he cheated on her, he's trash. Well, you don't know what she did, and you don't know what they did. And you know what happened, do we? They're still together and they have a happy marriage with kids. So they are obviously worked through it, if that's true or it's just a rumor. So they did something right and they chose that. So why are we to say that they should have broken up? I don't believe in the breakup of any relationship unless there's extreme abuse, extreme, degradation and suffering and pain, or the kids are at risk. Then, like I say, it's better to be happily divorced than unhappily married. But that's after trying and doing the next thing and putting everything you can into fixing it. Put everything you can into fixing your relationship, your marriage. Your marriage. If it's just someone you're dating, I'm not saying don't work on it, but like don't hold on to somebody that you know is not right for you if you're just dating them. Please. That's not even that deep of a commitment. But if they're your husband or your wife, that should be exalted as the highest commitment. And it should be something that is sacred. I do believe that. I do believe it should be sacred. But I also don't believe it should be so scary. I think get married. Get married. And if you get divorced, you'll get through it. It's not the end of the world. Don't go for divorce, but don't be afraid of divorce. Don't be so afraid of divorce that you don't get married. Do you know what I mean? Because if I had thought that way, I would still not be married. And I wouldn't be a better woman for it. Marriage makes you better. You've got to really commit to someone. You have to love them through thick or thin because you have that signed piece of paper. It's not so easy to walk out the door. I would say date as many people as you can. Go on as many dates as you can. Doesn't mean sleep with them all, but go on as many dates as you can. Get as much experience as you can. Talk to as many people as you can in your dating world, especially in your 20s, until you find that person that you are willing to commit to and commit to them. And you know that you love them, they love you, and the values are there, the communication is there, and then just work on the communication. Build the marriage like a business and be fully invested. Marriage is 100%, 100%. And do not give up on that person. And make it a plan and a daily thing to put God in the middle of your marriage. If you're a Christian or not a Christian, put some sort of spiritual attainment, even if it's your meditations, put something outside of yourself to be in the middle of that marriage, and make sure you are fighting outwards. You're fighting the world together, not each other. And you look out together, not at each other as, because they can get very like, it's me against you, when it should be us against the world. That's what marriage is to me. When you find that person, your person, you stick by them, you commit to them, and you do not let them go. Sometimes things change, though. Sometimes that person doesn't find you attractive anymore, or they make decisions without you in mind. And sometimes the marriage falls apart when one soldier doesn't want to continue fighting the war together. And it can be painful. It can be tough. But you should not let that be afraid. That you should not let that fear make you afraid to enter into that. And be smart. Get a prenup. Why not? Get a prenup. Protect your assets. Men, if you're afraid, get a prenup. Go into it with assets. People talk about modern women trying to take 50% of everything. Well, a lot of cases, they helped build 50% of what you have. So they deserve that 50%. I don't like this whole, now all of a sudden it's like, oh, she took half the house and half the everything. Yeah, well, she was there when he was building it. She was making the food. She was making sure he got out the door on time. She was waking up the kids and so he could kiss them goodbye as he went off to work. I mean, what do you think it is? He didn't get successful on his own. If he comes in with $1 million fortune, $50 million fortune, and she comes in brand new, they are married for 5 years and then they divorce and she takes half, that's not fair. I agree. But if they've been married for 20 years, what do you think she's been doing? You don't think she's been working that whole time to be wife and mom? She deserves half the fortune. I know many men who are like, yeah, of course, she deserves it. But if it's your fortune and you don't want to give it to a new stranger because you made it before the person comes in, they didn't help you build it, write a prenup. Get an ironclad prenup. A prenup is simply the terms of divorce. It's not romantic, but it's practical. And it'll save you a lot of headache. So there you go. There's my practical advice for you. I love you guys. I love you, Joy Tribe. I'm going to jump off here. This is really fun. Everything you said, I agree with. Wow, thanks, Sear. Yeah, you're the one saying the modern day women are going crazy. See, but not all of us. I'm not a modern day woman. I'm a traditional woman, but I am in modern times. You see, I am in the modern times because I'm alive here. So in that way, I'm a quote unquote modern day woman. What is going on here? Oh, I was about to take out we have let's get the likes up, you guys. We've been live streaming for an hour and a half. Let's get the likes up. Like, share, subscribe. I almost don't want to jump off here. I'm having so much fun with you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Don't get girlfriends on social media because of the haters. Don't get girlfriends on social media because of the haters. I missed you guys. Oh my gosh. I missed you guys doing lives. I missed you guys. Sorry, guys. That was my computer. I just had to charge it. I had to charge my phone. I missed you guys doing lives. I missed all of the lives that we used to do all the time. So don't get girlfriends because of the haters on social media. 31 years this month with my hubby. Wow. That's beautiful. Forget the past so you can move forward. Love that. Let me take this. Oh, this. Hold on, guys. Oh my gosh. Can you hear me? That was so dramatic. I unplugged one light because it died. I moved one light and everything fell. Gravity check. We need this week's gravity check. It happened again. John says, oh, damn, it happened again. I'm sorry. Oh, my gosh. We're having an extra long, juicy live for Joy Tribe. I owed you guys this because it's been a while. That is so funny. Shame on you for not keeping in touch all this time. Guess shame on me, too. Oh, Anthony. Exactly. Hi, we're back. Okay, you could hear me. Topeka, Kansas. Oh, no. Hope everybody's having a beautiful day. You too. I love you, Paul. Where's our MAGA dress? It sickens me the homemaker is not a revered place in our society today, male or female. I agree. We're talking about all this like, you know, birthing parent and all this stuff that we have these gender neutral terms. What about homemaker? Like, why isn't homemaking a revered art form again? Because we need to make homes. Homes are important. Homes are where we raise the children. Homes are where the heart is. My battery died. I missed a lot. I'm sitting on charge now. Oh, you're back. Welcome back, gorgeous. Welcome back. Welcome back. Prenuptials are paramount. Yeah, prenuptial agreement. Paramount. You sound like a lawyer. You got this. A prenuptial agreement is paramount. Welcome back, girl. No, we okay. The phone fell. We had drama. We had drama and action in the house, but we're still live streaming the Joy Villa show every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Facebook, Instagram. Now we're on Instagram too. Every Wednesday on Facebook and YouTube. So exactly. Oh, I love this. Kurt says, and we build each other up and motivate each other to explore new experiences together. I love it. Laura had said, forget the past so you can move forward. JCL says, be a Joy Villa, not a Cardi B. Ooh, Laura. 31 years this month with my hubby and would marry him again. I love it. We've been going for almost an hour and a half. I know, John. I love this. I'm going to keep going, guys. If you guys got to go, you got to go. But I missed you all. Oh, Rogers, Joy, it's so good to see and hear you. I've missed seeing your beautiful smile. Thank you. I miss you guys too. Some people's kids. We talking about some people's kids now? Sprinkle. I love it. What if you do have swag? Well, what if you do have swag? Then you have swag. You're welcome, Creole. If you got swag, what do you mean? What are you supposed to do with it? I can't tell you what to do with your swag. You just got to swag it out. You got to swag it up. You got to be swaggy with it. Getting swaggy with it. What am I supposed to tell you? Light's not that great here. Sorry. I'm like sweating because it's so hot in here and I have oil on my face. It's not the most flattering light. It's like shadowy. We're in the shadows here. In the shallow. I don't even want to move this in case I get banned. Just kidding. You can hate and love children. That's true. Jim Henson, I believe in taking a positive attitude towards the world, towards people, towards my work. I love that. That's right. I love that so much. Yeah, I don't have a filter over here. I have a filter over here. You guys can't see my sweaty, fresh skin, but it's very hot. I turned off my air because it's so loud. I don't want it to be loud when I talk to you guys. This camera drops once a week. Thank you, Sony, for being a good, sturdy camera. Hey, Joy, 35 years and counting. Are you 35 years old, Sandman? Is it your birthday? Is it your birthday? We are back, Matt. It's good to see you, Sandman. I missed you. Hi, Michelle. So anybody else got some questions? Okay. So you're an incredibly beautiful person, but I wish you talk about politics more because you can make a difference. Oh, thank you, Scrappy. I appreciate that. She a baddie. Thank you, Dalen. I'll tell you, I don't really like to talk about, oh, thank you. I'm glowing, not oily looking. Thank you. I don't like to talk about politics a lot because politics is quite toxic. And it's a world that I got out of. I talk about that on my Instagram, on my the Joyful Life podcast, which you can check it out. It's on Instagram. Instagram. It is on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/MissJoyvilla. Is that Day Day? Oh my gosh, Day Day's, I'm still live streaming Day Day. We're still doing it. The Marine Rapper's on the live stream. So yes, I talk about it on my new podcast, The Joyful Life. Oh, Josh Too Strong. So you can hear about that. So we're talking about leveling up. We're talking about relationships. Day Day, I know you know about that. We're talking about, because that's one of my best girlfriends, and her and I talk about making marriage great again too. Keep killing it, Joy. Thank you, the Marine Rapper. It's so good to see you, my brother from another mother. You guys have got to follow him. He's incredible fighter for truth and freedom, Christian brother. I'm following everything you're doing, so thank you. Politics, exactly. Politics is a more appropriate term. I agree. So why don't I talk about politics anymore is because it's toxic. I talk about truth, freedom, leveling up, finding your focus, being a woman of God, being a man of God, having a purpose, relationships, values, but it doesn't matter about politics. Like I'm still pro-Trump, I'm still, pro-God, pro-life, all of those things, but I don't want it to be political. You bought a badge. Thank you, the Marine Rapper. Thank you so much. Woo! Woo! Appreciate it. You guys can help support the channel by buying badges on Instagram, by being a member on YouTube. We're live streaming on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and stars. Hi, Courtney. Thanks for the love. She says, hi, gorgeous woman. Hi. I love you. Hi, Eric. Hi, Regine. That's my brother. Thank you so much, Marine Rapper. Appreciate you. Yeah, we're going live. We weren't going live on Instagram before, so now we're adding Instagram to the lives. So yeah, I want to talk about values. I want to talk about what I love. I want to talk about, truth and understanding, and that's what the Joyful Life is about. So that's why I launched my podcast and the culture war, because politics is downstream from culture. Andrew Breitbart said that. And I've always been an artist. I've never been a politician. So there we go. I'm so conservative, though. Mook a la mode, I'm not married. But we talk about marriage here. Living by love, truth, peace, and freedom. And if any of those four violated, justice must catch you. Ooh, I love that. Welcome, Mook. Welcome to the Joy Tribe. This is our live. So we're talking about finding your focus. We're talking about finding your worth in relationships and more. And I believe that that's what the title is here, too. Time to level up. Exactly. We talked about relationships. I miss you too. Hi, babes. So good to see you, fashion model. We modeled together. Eric is a male supermodel. We modeled together in Los Angeles back in the day. Yeah, I think common sense is really not so common anymore, unfortunately. It's funny, I committed to doing this live. I was so tired today, and that's why I'm sipping on my coffee, even though it's late. It's 8 o'clock, almost 8 o'clock today, Eastern Standard Time. And I said, I'm so tired. I don't even want to do the live, but I'm not going to cancel because I want to see my fans. I want to see the Joy Tribers, and I miss you guys. But today has been an awesome day, getting a lot done. This week has been very busy, so lots and lots and lots of changes. We're looking for a new studio for the podcast, which please check it out. A new episode drops this Friday. It's called The Joyful Life. It's on Spotify and YouTube. And we're going to have some guests soon. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in Florida. That's right, Muka La Mode. I'm in Florida. But I think I'm going to jump off. Yeah, speaking of Cardi B, she embodies the worst stereotypes of Black women. I agree. They have 8 o'clock coffee. It's one of the best, next to Dunkin'. Oh, I think I ordered that coffee. I think I bought that coffee. It's called 8 o'clock coffee. It's actually really good. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Years ago. It's so youthful. Laugh out loud. Common sense does not exist in the new generation, in my opinion. Eric, preach on it. Common sense does not exist. We just did the whole show about common sense. It's really good to hear that. Unfortunately, we're millennials. I want chat. Hi, Michael. That's Michael. Michelle can chat. So the I is there. I'm going to jump off, guys. I love you so much. Appreciate you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe. Please purchase a membership on this channel. It helps so much. It's only $5 a month. It's less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks, and it keeps the channel going. And I always read your comments first, pin your comments, and on Instagram. To do that, to be part of the Joy Tribe Inner Circle, you'll have to go on YouTube and do that. Or you can just purchase a badge, and you always get your shout outs, and I appreciate it. So I love you, Joy Tribe. You're amazing. Please consider that. Go to joyvilla.com. You can read my blog. You can listen to my podcast. My podcast is all on joyvilla.com too. So it was a great live, wasn't it, JCL? All right, y'all. Shout out to Matt Mittens. I'm going to read the names of all my Inner Circle subscribers. You guys get your priority, of course. Good night, Sandman. Good night, JCL. Good night, Matt Mittens. Thank you so much. Do we have any donations this time? Not yet. That's all right. Good night, Regine, my brother. And everybody else who's a part of the Joy Tribe. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm so glad. And live streaming from Florida. If you guys like this, I might have to do some more late night live streams, and we might do it more days a week. It's been a minute, but just know that I'm here every Wednesday, and I'm going to bring you guys in as well. I'm going to start bringing you guys in on the Joyvilla Live Joy Tribe show, Joy Tribe Live Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube. And you'll be here too, because it's been a long time since I've gone live here as well. And you're right, I miss you guys. So I'll be putting you in lives. And welcome to the live, Mook. Good that you caught me live. So I'll be putting Instagram as well on the lives. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I need the love. Share the love. Get those likes up. Love you all, Joy Tribe. Please remember to level up and look out this Friday for a new episode of The Joyful Life. That'll help you level up, help you be amazing, Joy Tribe, help you be successful, help you find your worth, because you are valuable, you are beautiful, you are amazing, and you were created to do great things. You are an incredible being. You were created to do great things in this world. I believe in you. I love you. And it's okay to just be you today. Okay? God bless you. I'll see you next week on the next live, Joy Tribe Live, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And don't forget to catch the drop of the new Joyful Life episode number 656. Woo! We're doing it. Premieres on Friday. Go to joyvilla.com. It's joyvilla.com. Bye. Love you all. Bye, 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 bye. Love it.